Last year we made it into second division. We were pretty proud of that. Took a long time, was a hard effort, but we made it. We have 2 teams, one in the second division, one in the third division. No, sorry, fourth. A youth team, and we had some girls playing softball. They were in the first division in Germany. They were students and pupils, and yeah, 5 years ago, something like that, it broke apart. So nowadays it's just 2 teams for the men and 1 for the youth. Yes, basically that's it about the Dragons. Nothing special, it's just a sports club.
Yeah, well, it started out as a sports club, but kind of came together. So now, like you said, like if anyone follows football, soccer, the Bundesliga. Like for baseball, we are in the Bundesliga, like the second. We are in the second Bundesliga. So it's like, I mean, there are people in our league who actually play, who get paid to play, and they play for their living. So yeah, it's been a big accomplishment for our hometown. And we live in Deggendorf. How big is Deggendorf?
About 40,000.
So about half the size of Polotsk, basically. And yeah, we have a team in the Bundesliga. So okay, we got audio. We're good to go. We don't want to do baseball, bingo. All right. So there we go. Yes. This should be easy, right? I don't even need to look at the slides. So, baseball, the great American pastime. That's actually me on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah. That'll be in the German newspaper today. So yeah, the great American pastime. Americans have played baseball for more than 120 years, and baseball is something that every child in America plays. Every child in America plays t-ball. T-ball is very simple baseball. Basically, you've got the bat, here, see that? And the ball sits on a tee, and the little kids stand up there, and they hit it. Whoa. Actually, put it over like that. My device is off. Yeah? And that's how t-ball works. And they just go. And so, yes, exactly. So it's easy. It's like training for kids. Everyone plays t-ball. Every 5-6-year-old plays t-ball. And yeah, it's everyone. And that doesn't mean everyone's going to be a professional baseball player, but many do go on to play. Professional baseball players in America, they will make $5 million a year. So they're like seen as really like superstars, and it's every little boy's dream that one day he'll get to play in the major leagues and play professionally and be as cool as guys like Derek Jeter or, you know, David Ortiz, Barry Bonds. Has anyone heard of these people? No? Okay. A lot of you held this bat. This is a very small bat. Usually a bat is about 34 inches. Get a little bit taller, like this. And then it's 3 ounces less than it is inches, so it would be 31 ounces.
Well, because for a child, because for children.
Yeah. Well, this is for children, exactly. Like t-ball, like I just showed you. So today we're going to give an introduction. We already talked a little bit about Mr. Simon. Maybe you'll recognize, can you find Simon in this picture? It's easy with the Barada. Is the Barada da? Well, you don't know this, it's a Russian song. If you have a beard, I say yes. That's actually me right next to Simon. This is our team. This is last year's team photo. That's in our home, small town. And like I said, I've played with most of these guys for more than 7 years now. And it's really kind of like a family. Even close enough that they'll come to see me in Belarus. And actually, Stefan came to Belarus as well to see me. So, this is our team, kind of like our family. We are the Deggendorf Dragons, and we are in the second Bundesliga. Yeah. So, what is baseball? Does anyone know anything about baseball? Yeah? Yes, you.
No. Mostly just a little on medium.
Sorry?
But not so much.
Okay. What do you know?
because we're playing one big field. One player is a quarterback, kickback, throw the ball.
That's football.
No, they throw the ball from
The pitcher, yes. Yes.
pitcher throw the ball. And
Yeah.
other guy just try to kick with the bat.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So
And until someone is, well, if someone just
hits
catch with the
Catch it with the glove.
glove, yeah.
glove.
Basically, that's about right. It's going to be, well, you look at the field, and you have 9 players on each team. So we've got the pitcher, like you talked about. These are all in one team. The pitcher, the catcher, the guy who's catching the ball. Pitcher throws the ball to the catcher, and next to the catcher will stand the batter. The batter is on the offensive team.
Is offensive and try to catch back to the field or overall.
Exactly. The offense is trying to hit the ball into the field where then the rest of these players are not. You then have first base, second base, shortstop, third base, left field, center field, and right field. These are all positions. I myself play mostly first base or third base, and Simon plays all 3 of these outfield positions. And when you have your career, you kind of specialize in one position, and you become a professional in that position that you know best. So like if they put me at catcher, it would probably not be very pretty. So because I'm 27, I've played then 22 years of my life here. So you know that very well, you know? And you play for 9 innings. One game is 9 innings. And the difference about baseball than most sports is that you do not have a clock. There's no time.
There's no clock, and catcher after the kickback, he must run the whole circle.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But the fact is that what other sports do you know that don't have a clock?
Golf.
Golf?
Maybe badminton? Like
Yeah, badminton, tennis. Yeah. But there's few. It's difficult to, a lot of European sports.
What about the team play?
We'll get to that. Hold on. In most European sports, you have one goal here, the clock is running, and let's attack. And baseball is very different in that regard. And it's not about gaining territory, but rather it's, I don't know, it's a lot of European sports are about gaining territory. Even American football, gaining territory, getting closer to the goal. But we have innings. And the professionals, they play 9 innings. And after 9 innings, that's done. And 1 inning is 3 outs. After 3 outs, you switch. So you see, how do you make an out? How can an out be made? Well, you've got the pitcher here, and he's pitching to the batter. The pitcher is trying to throw the ball inside of the strike zone. This is an imaginary box between the... Here, take the bat. So the strike zone is then between the armpits down to his knees. And there's this plate, there's this base, this home plate, you see it on the ground there. It's down on the ground like that. And so basically, from his knees to his armpits, in this 3D box, right here, over the plate and in that zone. And so the pitcher, who has a wiffle ball, the plastic ones?
There's one.
Yeah? So I'm trying to throw the ball inside that zone, and he's trying to hit it. Boom. So that ball, it did not go inside of the box. But if he tried to hit it anyways, it's still a strike. So if you throw a really crazy pitch, like this one, it's going woo, and he still tries to hit it, but he misses, it's a strike. Or if he does not swing, and I throw that ball in the box, just like this one, boom, in the box, it's also a strike. If you get 3 strikes, then he's out. He goes and sits down, the next player tries to hit. After 3 outs, the teams switch. And that's it. But what if he hits the ball? What if I throw the ball and Simon hits the ball?
He should run.
He should run, that's right. He should run to the first base that we saw there. And when he hits the ball, there are still ways that outs can be made. An out can be made, first of all, we saw the strikeout. 3 strikes, you're out. You do not hit the ball, 3 strikes, you're out. What if he hits the ball and it goes on the ground? Then he needs to run to that first base, which will be right over there. But he hits the ball, woo, over here, okay? Then the other team members, they need to catch the ball and go for it. What? They need to catch the ball, and he's going to run over there. You stand up. Yes, you just looked away from you with the gray shirt. Yeah, stop. Stop. Look. I need to catch the ball. Simon's going to run to you, but I'm going to try to throw the ball to you before Simon gets to you. If we do that, just like in this photo, then Simon is out. That's called a ground out. Now, what if he hits the ball and it goes into the air? Yeah? It's in the air. You caught it. He's out because you caught the ball out of the air. Okay? If it hits and he's automatically out. Do not have to throw to first base. You catch it in the air, out. So after 3 outs, that's it. You switch. But how do you score points? Well, in baseball there are no points. There's only runs. Okay? So a run is when one of these players gets all the way around the 3 bases and back to home. So this player here, he's going to take a try at hitting the baseball. He hits the baseball, he hits it way out here. No one can catch it in the air, and he has enough time to run all the way to the second base. They catch the ball, so basically, let's reenact that. Where's that ball? Yes, one of them. Here we go. So, I throw this to you.
Schlag es einmal auf der Wand. Schlag es auf der Wand.
Yeah.
Look, okay, that was not good.
So he hits the ball, hits the ball way over here, whoa, and he starts to run to the first base. And we still can't get the ball, can't get the ball. Now he runs to the second base, in the middle, and we throw it. You in the white, or here, right to you, boom. And he got to second base before we got the ball there, so he's safe. He can stay. So he just hit what's called a double. So, now Simon's on second base, okay? He stays there, and the next hitter, the next batter, comes up. So, the next batter comes up, and it's me, and I'm up, and I hit, boom, I hit the ball again, way over here, okay? Simon starts running, I go to the first base, and he's going to go all the way home. I'm close to the ball, so I can't really go to the second base. But the defense, switch. The defense now, they get this ball, and they try to throw it home before Simon gets there, but he was already there, so he's safe. So I hit what's called a single. I am now on the first base. Simon, he went all the way around, so it's a run. He went all the way around, and I'm on the first base. So that's called 1 run. We just scored 1 run. Now, remember, if I hit that ball and they caught it in the air, I would be out. Or if I hit the ball on the ground and they threw the ball to first base before I could run there, I would be out. Or they threw the ball home before Simon could come around, he would be out. But he made it. On получилось 1 run. So the score is 1-0. All right? Now,
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
You're from another team.
No.
You're together with Simon in one team.
When we're hitting, yes. And we're running.
And when you're running.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So like these guys are all same team.
Uh-huh.
And the names, they're on another team. Okay?
Okay.
All right? So now the situation is, we have me on first base. The next batter comes up, and they hit a home run. Boom. Do you know what a home run is? A home run is hit. Yes? Huh?
I know.
When it is out.
What is a home run?
When it is out of the field.
Exactly. You hit the home run over the fence. Exactly. So that is kind of like the most amazing thing in baseball is hitting a home run, because it's a truly difficult thing to do. To take, look, you saw this bat, it's round, okay? You see this ball, it's round, and you need to take this and hit this more than 100 meters in the air. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. We'll talk more about the difficulties later, but to kind of get the feel of how exciting home runs are, this is a little clip that shows you some Major League Baseball home runs.
Here's the 1-1. Hammered on the left field line. It makes fast. It's He hits it high. He hits it deep. And it is launches high in left field. Down the line. Towards the middle of his field. It's very good.
So you see, when you hit the home run, you get to go for free all the way, first base, second base, third base, and back home. And anyone who's already on those bases, they come home for free. So, like I said, I was on first base, and the next guy would come up, and he hits, the home run. We get to walk for free around the bases, and we both count as runs. So, in that case, it would have been 3-0 after Simmons scored, and then the next guy came up and hit a home run, 3-0. That's kind of how the. That's kind of how the. That's how you score in baseball. Any questions at this point? What is the strike zone? I'm the batter. What's the strike zone? Yes, from the knee to the elbow, armpits, and over this plate, this white thing in the ground. It's a three. Yes, this is the plate. Actually, those are bases. So you have.
Like home?
Yes, home plate. Exactly. Точно. So that is the strike zone. And how many strikes until you are out?
3.
3 strikes, you're out. And if they do not throw 3 strikes, so the pitcher, say Simmons out there pitching, and he throws 3 he throws 4 balls that do not go inside of this box, and I don't try to hit these bad pitches, then you almost got hit right there, actually. And I don't try to hit these bad pitches. It's called 4 balls, and I get to walk for free to the first base. So that's the whole pitcher and batter interface. What are the outs you can make? If I do hit the ball, how can you make an out?
Fly out.
Fly out, hit the ball in the air, and the defense catches it.
Home run and ground out.
Home run is a good thing for the offense. Home run is not an out. How else? The other one though.
Ground out.
Ground out. And what is a ground out?
It's when someone catches the ball
Mm-hmm.
before you run the base.
Yes. So I hit the ball on the ground and it's ground out. I hit the ball. Well, I hit the ball on the ground and I run to the first base. But you catch the ball. Somebody catch the ball and throw it to the woman in the gray again. Catch from him. Boom. Oh, I'm out. That is a ground out. Okay? So you got the strike out, the fly out, and the ground out. Try. Try.
Yeah.
Alright. So, one more summary of the rules before we get more deeper into this. Short little video to describe in video kind of what I just described to you.
Baseball is an American sport and is played with 2 teams of 40 players in Major League Baseball, with 9 players taken to the field at any one time. The object of the game is for your team to score more runs than the opposing team. To score a run, a player must hit the ball between the foul lines and run across the 3 bases and back to home. A hit outside these lines is classed as a foul ball and the batter is not allowed to run. The essence of the game is between the pitcher of one team against the batter of the other team. As mentioned before, the batter's job is to hit the ball between the foul lines, but the pitcher's job is to get the batter out by throwing into the strike zone. This is an imaginary box that's the width of home plate and roughly between the batter's armpits and knees. If the pitcher throws the ball through this area, it's a strike. If the batter swings and misses any ball, it's also a strike. if the batter hits the ball outside the foul lines, this can be a first or second strike only. And obviously 3 strikes means you're out. A pitch outside this area is called a ball. 4 balls against the batter and he gets to walk to first base. That sounds simple enough, but there are 3 other ways for a team to get you out. Firstly, if the batter hits the ball along the ground, the opposing team can throw the ball to the base he's running to. If the ball beats the batter to the base, he's out. A batter can be tagged out whilst running between the bases. If he hits the ball and the ball is caught in the air by the opposing team, he's also out. Once 3 outs have been made, their half of the inning is over and the other team gets to bat. Once both teams have batted, this is known as an inning. The game is played over 9 innings. There are no ties in baseball, so if the score is tied after 9 innings, extra innings will be played to determine the winner.
So what he said there right at the end, there's no ties in baseball. It's not like soccer, so if it's still tied after 9 innings, you will continue playing. It happens very rarely, but you could play for 2 days. Sounds like fun, right? Yeah. But usually a game will last about 3 hours. A lot of people will describe baseball as being boring, especially if they don't know the rules. It can be very boring, and I understand that. I mean, there's no clock, there's no clear goal that we're trying to attack. I get it. But I want to show this next video as it's kind of shows how baseball can be so cool. Like the plays and the athletic plays that you can make in baseball that it truly takes an athletic ability to do. And that's why these guys get paid $5 million a year in the professionals.
He rips that one down the left field line. Cespedes on the move. He's not going to get it. And it rolls off the side wall, and they're going to wave home Kendrick. The throw to the plate is there.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
they got him. Are you kidding me?
Yelich is running, and the pitch is bounced to short. What a play, Simmons! Looked like it was going to be a perfect hit and run. He turned it into an out. Here's a 3-1. Ground ball to Pedroia. Nice stop. The flip out. Got them both. Even drew 2 out.
That's why you like to see a guy run on 3-1, because you're going to get a pitch to hit.
There's no way Cab was expecting this. There goes Ortiz. He's still holding the ball. He's halfway to second base.
A little bit over there, leaning back toward the bag. Another base hit for Hairston. He's 2 for 2. Puig goes flying into third. Look at the throw by Gerardo Parra, and they got him.
Out to left field, backing up Branson. Branson at the corner of the wall. Now he backs off the wall. It kicks right to him. Unbelievable play.
You can watch this as it comes off the wall. Watch what Branson does. He turns and heads back to the infield and catches the ball. Nobody was more surprised than Kevin Branson.
No. Reyes timed it perfectly and finishes off the... There's one, and how about Escobar? Reyes, you can do it. I can do it too. And I got you back.
RoboCam is out of commission.
Wham!
That's the line down towards center field. Crowd got a good jump on it. Leaps up and he got it. What a play by Mark. Jumps up. Serious hops and an unbelievable play. He's not watching it into the glove.
So you see, there can be some really amazingly athletic plays that happen in baseball. And while you just show up to the ball field and watch, tush, you think, oh, what is happening here? But if you actually know the strategy in the sport, it can be a lot of fun. The professional team closest to where I live on the San Francisco Giants, this is their stadium. And you see, here's San Francisco. It actually takes up a huge part of downtown. And it's a centerpiece of the city of San Francisco. The ballpark itself is gorgeous. It's actually right on the water. And it's so close to the water that sometimes the ball is actually hit into the water over the fence, which is a
Home run.
home run. Yes. And these guys will try to catch the ball in the water after it lands after a home run. So baseball, it's huge in America, and there's nothing more important in an American kid's childhood than like in the summer is to play baseball. That's what you do. That's really what you do from the age of 5 until a teenager. Most everyone plays at least some baseball. And when I'm back in America, I love to go to a baseball game. And it's not like you sit there like in hockey and you're like, oh, yeah, oh. It's like you go there, you have a hot dog, you have a beer or two, and you sit, or 5, and you sit and you talk to the people around you. You talk to the other fans. And it's a social thing. You go there to socialize. And at this stadium, like, we'll go there and watch the game from here for, maybe like an hour and a half, and then go for a walk, and we'll walk along. You can walk along here, and you're watching the game, and you buy a hot dog, and you walk a little bit further, and say, oh, hey man, nice hat, or oh, that's good. It's socializing, and that's a big part of life in America, and it's a big part of baseball as well. When we had a game on Sunday, you even socialize with the other players, even the umpire, the referee. Oh, hey Simmons, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a few years. Oh, well, you came from Belarus. Oh, wow. And I'm up there hitting, and like, yeah, it takes a long time. So there's one little moment. Oh, boom. Okay. Yeah, man, came back just for the weekend. Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been 3 years since we played. Yeah, and that's baseball. And I love that about this sport because you wouldn't have that really in hockey. I don't think. Especially not with
hockey. Do you ever experience?
I have not. So I think there is a lot of communication, but
maybe because of time, because we all try
that's
to
the thing.
hurry up.
Yeah, and in baseball you got time. And the unique thing about baseball is that the tension, it builds up slowly, and then it will stay really high for a long amount of time. If you understand the strategy and what's happening, this tension will stay high for maybe like 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a massive long amount of time for tension, in football or in hockey, it's kind of like, boom. But in baseball, it builds up and it stays up there, and you have to handle that. You also have to handle with failure. What do you think? How successful are the professional baseball players who play in the major leagues? How many times, what percentage of times do they go up and they hit the ball and they make it to the base safely? What percentage? How often? What percentage?
65, 70.
65, 70? Any other guesses?
I think it's more about the 30 or even less.
30 or less, exactly. The guys who make $5 million a year, they are successful 30% of the time. They are the all-stars. They are the best. And so, imagine that. You have, in a one game, you may have you may have 3 or 4 chances in one game. So, if you are successful 3 out of 10 times, the all-stars, 3 out of 10 times. This weekend we had 2 games. It's called a doubleheader, 2 games in one day. So the first game, you go up and 4 times. You go up there 4 times, every time. Out. Out. Oh, I suck. Out again. Out again. 4 times in a row. Out. Next game. First at bat. Out. Man, 5 times in a row. I really suck. Oh man, what am I doing wrong? Oh, what is wrong? But now I come up, and the next 2 times, successful hit. And the next time, boom, hit. Wow, I'm 2 for 7. That means I'm successful 2 out of 7 times. I'm already better than that. I'm doing great. That's a great weekend. It's a great weekend because I got 2 hits out of 7 times. I'm a good player. But you have to handle with that mental aspect of failure. So often, a basketball player, if he makes 3 out of 10 shots, he sucks. A baseball player, he can make millions of dollars.
It's like the hockey, because if you got afraid of failure, you need to fight.
Yeah, you have to fail.
It's one thing because my cousin is a professional hockey player.
Well, failure is a part of the game of baseball, and it's something that you have to learn to deal with.
And how do you compare football and hockey and failure?
Well, I think even in football, if Ronaldo only scores 3 of his 10, chances on goal or like penalty shots, that's awful. That's not good.
And how is it compared with hockey or?
I think it's similar. All those kind of goal sports, you have to have a higher percentage of success than 30. 30 is the lowest I know of any sport. 30%. There's a thing in baseball called the 7th inning stretch. We've sang a few songs together this year. We're going to sing another one here. This is the baseball song, actually. And we saw back here, we had the innings, okay? The 9 innings. Halfway through the 7th inning, everyone will stand up in the entire stadium, maybe 40,000 people, and sing this song. Every single baseball game in America and the professionals has played this song. So, we're going to sing it together, all right?
Sure. Should we stand up?
You don't have to stand up. It's not like, no. It's like everyone, it's called the 7th inning stretch. Everyone stands up and stretches.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So, 7th inning stretch, take me out to the ball game. Who knows who Vince Vaughn is? Vince Vaughn?
Professional player.
Nope. Wedding Crashers. What other movies was he in? Vince Vaughn. You may recognize this guy. It's an American actor who sings this. And famous people will come and sing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Here we go.
On this thing, let's heat it up here in Wrigley. Help me sing loud enough so Harry can hear us. On 1, on 2, on 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Good. Let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go.
You don't have to have a good voice. It's not the national anthem. It's just the baseball song. He talks about Cracker Jacks. Do you know what Cracker Jacks are?
Nope.
No! Anyone know what Cracker Jacks are? They're a kind of like, what? It's a caramel popcorn that people often eat at baseball. So, I want us to try to play this. I want everyone to try to catch a baseball and throw a baseball. We need to be careful because we're inside of a library here. But what I'm thinking is that we could do it with the wiffle balls. I could have each person come up here and try to hit it. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah? With the wiffle balls. I think with the baseball, it could get crazy for like catch, you know? So, those who want, gonna have come up here and I'm gonna throw you this little ball, the plastic one, and you can try to hit it, okay? You're probably the only time in your life you get to hit a baseball inside of a room. So, just hold on to the bat, don't throw it. So, if you want to do that, I'm going to have everyone then we'll start a line right here. So the next person will stand right here, and the person who's going to hit will be right here, okay? So, if you want to try to hit this, you can. Any questions about baseball? Is anyone interested in baseball? Don't say no. Any questions for Simon? I have a question. Baseball is an American sport. How did you as a German find and discover baseball? Wie bist du zum Baseball gekommen?
Well, there was a big party 15, 16 years ago. It was a town party and the club was there and they had a big net where you can try out to hit a ball and to catch a ball. Yeah, I get stuck. In the winter I began to practice and since then, 15 years passed, I'm still playing. It's a nice sport. I played football before, but I prefer baseball. Just more fun.
I'm thinking maybe we better do the catch with the glove instead of the bat. I'm afraid the bat's going to mess something up. So, we'll do it right here in the middle.
Gloves made of?
Leather. Glove is made of leather. The bat is made of wood. What do you think this baseball is made of? No. The ball outside of it is leather.
And inside.
What do you think's inside? Oh. No. No wood, no metal.
Stone.
No stone.
Metal.
No.
Cork. Like in your wine bottle. There's cork. There's a small cork that's about that big, and then it's just this thread, this red thread, all around the cork. And that's it. Baseball has a cork inside. How do you say cork in Russian?
Probka.
Probka. Like
It's
probki.
like metal material, but
Ah.
say.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Let's play ball!
Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you. I hope that you go home with some.